I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneits Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Once again, we are with Nakshatra Transit series. Now, Venus will move in Bharani Nakshatra. Now, this Nakshatra is entirely placed in the Aries zodiac sign, and this is very crucial for the Venus transit because Bharani is a Nakshatra related to life and birth cycle, and it is a Nakshatra which is related to Venus as a planet. Now, when Venus enters its own Nakshatra of Bharani, it becomes very creative. It kind of resonates, and this resonance can suddenly create a fluctuation in energy where Venusian energy reaches its peak. People having planets in Bharani Nakshatra, if you have Moon in Bharani Nakshatra, if you have Venus in Bharani Nakshatra, or if you are running a Venus Mahadasha, Antardasha, and even those people who have planets in other Venus Nakshatras like Purva Falguni Nakshatra, you will be greatly affected by this transit. Purvashada Nakshatra will also be somewhat indirectly affected by this transit. Now, when Venus goes in Bharani Nakshatra, it is more like the feminine energy being very creative. The Prakriti is going to overpower the Purush. This is going to be a transit which is extremely positive, extremely full of energy that is ready to create something. So if you are into field of creation, if you are in the field of healing, if you are in the field where you are trying to be very expressive in nature, this transit is the transit for you. Let's understand the transit in details, and also I am going to give you ascendant wise tips. Please stay tuned, don't jump to the ascendant wise tips. Let's first understand what this transit means. Also, you can drop me an email if you want to take a consultation, or give me a call on this number. If you want to follow me on Instagram, the link of the Instagram is in the description box below. Subscribe to this channel, stay connected so that you get to know more about astrology, Vedic astrology, and also like this video, share your comment in the comment section and share your point of view, your experience of the transit, as well as the kind of videos that you want to watch on this channel. Let's start Venus transit in Bharani Nakshatra. Venus is the planet of love. Venus is the planet of relationship. If you want to be cordial with someone, Venus and Moon are the two planets that you will refer to. Being the ruler of Taurus and Libra, Venus is also the ruler of three nakshatras: Bharani, which falls in Aries, Purva Falguni, which falls in Leo, and Purvashada, which falls in Sagittarius. So if you observe, all the three Venus nakshatra completely lie in the fire zodiac sign: Aries, Libra, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Now, when you see Venus combining with the fire element, you can immediately understand that this is the creation, the power of creation, and Bharani is a nakshatra which brings the soul into this planet. This is an interdimensional travel, and therefore Bharani is a kind of a gate which is guarded by Yamaraj himself. So it is a nakshatra that talks a lot about karmic retribution. It talks a lot about your karma coming right in front of you. So when Venus goes in this nakshatra, this kind of resonates with you and starts affecting you in a manner where you will be comfortable with the karma and karmic results. But on the other hand, this is going to give you a lot of Venusian impact and healing impact on your karma. So if you have to heal your karma, this is the time. It can have a lot of healing ability on your mind, body, and therefore if you are into any kind of mental trouble because of a relationship issue, if you are depressed, if you are sad, if you're feeling lonely, this nakshatra transit can actually work wonderfully on you by keeping your mind focused towards the positive side of life. But wait, when Bharani nakshatra is considered, we also consider the occult side of life. You know, when you are talking about Yamaraj, you are talking about the two dimensions, the two lokas, the Prithvi Loka and the Paraloka. So these two dimensions, when they fuse together in this nakshatra, and if you do not handle the energies properly, sometimes the dark dimension can be accessed and this becomes tantric in nature. So people who are accessing the dark dimension should be extremely careful because this can backfire. Now what can you do during Venus transit in Bharani? You can focus more on the creative side, you can focus more on the art, beauty, you can focus more on rejuvenating yourself, finding your better way and focusing on your strength. This is the time to be very creative about your life and focus on your good things rather than thinking about all the bad things. Remember one more thing. When Venus is in this nakshatra, Venus is actually combust. Surya will be in the Aries zodiac sign. Now Surya, the sun, will be in Aries zodiac sign, and it is only when Venus is about to come out of this nakshatra, sun leaves and moves to Taurus. Because Venus is combust, you might not be able to access the true potential of this nakshatra unless you realize it positively, unless you make it happen. Which means that a lot of people who have the potential may miss looking into their core strength. That is why you have to sit and work on your core strength, just because this time when Venus is in this nakshatra wants to give you something, but because Venus is combust, there is an exalted sun being present in Aries zodiac sign, Venus may not be able to convey the message to you. So in order for this message to reach you, somebody has to speak the fact, and for you need to work on your own creativity. Now one more way of handling this is by chanting Ma Durga mantra or reading Durga Saptashati, or in a very basic sense just praying Devi Suktam Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita Namastatsya 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 Namo Namah. Sun, Venus and Mercury conjunction in the sign of Aries is going to work towards extracting the energy out of this nakshatra, but it won't be very easy. This is different from Venus in Aries, where we are considering all the three nakshatra effect combined. With this is a very zoomed in version of Venus transit in Aries with respect to Bharani nakshatra. So consider this effect only in the 8, 9, 10 days period, but whatever happens during this period impacts you greatly, especially if you are a Taurus and Libra. Let's understand for each ascendant what this nakshatra has to offer. But let me remind you, watch this video as per your moon sign, but you can also watch it as per your ascendant, but my primary focus is on the moon sign. For Aries, this is Venus transit in Bharani nakshatra on your moon, on your mind. So you will be very creative, but you will be hesitant because of some external factor. So keep aside some time for yourself so that you become creative, you also enjoy your life, but never feel disheartened if things don't go your way. Remember, there is a greater plan, and the best way to handle Venus transit in Bharani is you focus inward. Meditation is going to be a very important key. Do not humiliate yourself, do not belittle yourself, do not think that you are lower than someone. Always think that you are a God's creation, you are a God's child, and your confidence should always be in that magnitude. So even if there are responsibilities in your hand, finish them, but do not forget yourself. Taurus. For Taurus moon sign, Jupiter will be in your first house, and this means that your identity is expanding, and Venus in Bharani nakshatra in 12th house gives you a creative opportunity to re-explore your mind. This is more about going within and finding through your subconscious plane the right mood, the right way how you can fit yourself. Now this also means that you are trying to fit yourself in an adverse circumstance. But if that gives you positive result, I think that is something positive. This is the time where you have to spend less, but if you want to learn an occult science, this can be a good opportunity. Gemini. For Gemini moon sign, Venus in Bharani will be in the 11th house. This Venus is also going to affect you on the educational platform. So this is a very important and crucial time for students or somebody who is trying to get some certification or to learn something. Venus in Bharani also means that there will be very different or eccentric kind of people meeting you. So when you are having a partnership or if you are establishing a friendship with someone, know the motive and intention first before you jump into the relationship. Cancer. For Cancer moon sign, Venus in Bharani shows creative approach in your career. First of all, if you have a creative career, it's going to be a very good time for you. But because there is Sun, that means you will try your best, but you may not be able to reach your true potential because of the presence of a family pressure or somebody trying to overshadow your talent. What you have to do is, do not underestimate yourself. Keep following your path while you do your duty. Jupiter is in the 11th house and this is going to give you a lot of scope in the future. This is just the beginning. Leo. For Leo, Venus will be in Bharani Nakshatra in your 9th house. This means you are connected to Ma Durga, Ma Bhagavati. Chanting Lalita Sahasranam every day is going to be a very good remedy. Because if you see all the fire trines, fire zodiac have Venusian Nakshatra. That means you have to celebrate life, you have to enjoy, traveling is possible, and sudden backpacking is possible for you. But you have to ensure that you are being connected to Devi by doing a lot of meditation, japa, and if possible, visit Mahalakshmi temple. Virgo. For Virgo, Venus in Bharani is in the 8th house and this is highly occult for you. So if you're a Virgo moon, you need to meditate. You need to harness that sixth sense. You need to focus on the intricacies of everything. This means something big is transforming in your life and something big is about to happen. And you will see signs of that between the Venus transit in Bharani, and you need to be a little bit, I will say, going with the flow kind of attitude, because if you become too resisting, this can impact the actual flow of life. Allow the things to happen, ride the wave. Libra. You are a zodiac ruled by Venus. You go into the 7th house in Bharani. This gives you creative approach in marriage. This also gives you a new dimension, a new opening in your business, probably a new partnership, a new product launch, some new idea. Because this is more psychological in nature, keep a track how your mind is affected by the circumstance. Keep yourself away from dark and horror themes, theme music, movies, and try to be very close to nature. Waking up before sunrise, rising the sunrise, being in the garden is going to be a very good remedy. This is going to improve your creativity and which will make you more happy, more pleasing, which will obviously work for your own benefit. You need to focus on your health, control your lust, and focus more on brahmacharya. For Scorpio, the Venus transit will happen in the 6th house. Now, when Venus transit happens in the 6th house, this is going to be a challenging time for you. But in what sense? This will be a challenge that you will love to have, a challenge that you want in life, a challenge that you need to surpass your own goals. And this means you will be victorious when Venus will be in this nakshatra. Jupiter will have a direct aspect on your lagna, therefore you will get all the guidance. This may be not a very pleasing time, but Venus in Bharani in 6th house definitely shows the hard pill that you pop in order to free yourself from disease. So this is going to be a cleansing transit for you. Sagittarius. Now in case of Sagittarius, if you observe, the Venus transit in Bharani Nakshatra will happen in your 5th house, and this is the transit that is in the perfect place. This means you will be a brainchild of an idea. New ideas may come, new themes will come, new things will happen in your life. And if you plan some creative thing, if you launch something creative in this time frame, you are in the best position for becoming successful. For students, this is going to be a time of test. So focus your mind, don't play games, focus more on studies. And for others, this is more about learning. Venus in Bharani will give you new type of learning. Maybe you will have suddenly a new idea of learning something that you have never thought of before. Do it. Do it if it is good for you. But do not overspend, because Venus is combust. Remember, sometimes you will get an idea, but you will be like, nah, I really don't want. No, if an idea comes, give it full importance, write it in a piece of paper, weigh out pros and cons, and take a decision on the basis of calculation, not on the basis of assumptions. For Capricorn, this Venus in Bharani Nakshatra will be in 4th house. This can work wonderfully for your relationship with your mother. This can also resolve sleep related issues for a lot of people. But you might also get nightmares in case you have a bad Venus in your chart. What should you do? Well, this is the time where you have to work on your health, you have to work on your sleep, cut down the sugar, focus more on fruits and vegetables, and try to be very much in tune with the nature. Stop working late in the night, and because your creative mind will be very active when there is night. Also, west and northwest area of your house should be made clean. Keep the house decluttered, bring lot of flowers, and be a little bit creative with the colors. Aquarius. Now for the Aquarius moon sign, Nakshatra transit of Bharani will happen in the 3rd house. Therefore, it will change the way you express. It will make you sarcastic. It will make you a little cunning. But this approach is good for you. This helps you maneuver yourself into fields, areas where there are challenges. A 3rd house Venus is good for healing. So if you are connected into healing, or if you want to start a healing practice, Venus in Bharani is the apt time for that. Venus in the 3rd house also shows connection with your sisters can be reformed during this time. You might also be worried when about the married life of your siblings. My suggestion here is do not interfere if not asked or if not needed. For Pisces, this is going to be a tremendously positive time when Venus goes in the 2nd house in Bharani Nakshatra. This will make you more innovative towards financial security and savings. This also means that there may be a good news or an auspicious event in the family. But this Bharani being a nakshatra which is both of this dimension and the other dimension, there can be certain, I will say, energy shift happening in your house. Keep your Vastu clear, make your home Vastu compliant, and speak right. This is going to impact your Vishuddhi chakra, and for people who are strong in intuition, what you speak may come true. So correct your thought, correct your speech, and if you are very angry, be silent.